Pre-cut fruit, vegetables, meats, and freshly prepared, ready-to-go food has become big business for supermarkets. For busy shoppers, these convenience foods can help get meals on the table faster. And the time versus money trade-off may seem like a no-brainer, but how much more are you really paying? And is it worth it? ShopSmart Deputy Editor Sue Perry joins us live now with the findings from the magazine's latest grocery store price scan of some of the best sellers out there. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
Great. So I play this game where I say, is the pre-cut carrot sticks or the shredded carrots better than me doing it myself? Maybe if I save time, I'm willing to pay just a little bit more. Is that kind of how shoppers sort of play this game in their head?
Definitely. Everybody does that. And, a lot of these things, it helps you eat healthier. These things are all ready for you. It's kind of a no-brainer. Pick them up. They've already been done for you. And as I said, if it helps you get dinner on the table or feed your family a healthier meal, it's all good. But what we were curious about is just how much of a markup is there when somebody else does that prep work for you. And we found, it was kind of shocking because the markups ran from 16%, which is low and kind of okay, to 370% of a, more of a markup that you're paying. So that's significant, and it kind of gives you pause.
Yeah, especially when you look at, now I'll be honest, some of the stuff that is already cut doesn't look very appetizing to me, so I tend to shy away from it, and I find it interesting. You've got diced tomatoes at the very top of the list. I'll be honest, when I see diced tomatoes, they look a little slimy to me, and I'm like, you know what, I'll just buy it and dice it myself.
Well, we did find that with the diced onions are probably one of the most popular things that people buy. You mentioned the carrots too, green beans. Those are very popular things that people buy. And what surprised us is the onions had the biggest markup, 370% more you're paying for somebody else to dice those onions for you when onions are so cheap, about 99 cents a pound. We're talking about national price averages here that we use. And when you buy the little box of the diced onions, you're going to be paying $4.65 a pound. So that gives you pause. And one of the things that we found is the onions that you slice and dice yourself fresh are really better in terms of texture and taste.
Yeah,
that probably is across the board. Yeah. But if in a pinch, and, if those onions are going to help you get your dinner on the table faster, again, it boils down to a personal choice.
Let's talk about, now I'm going to run through the list. You've got washed kale, trimmed kale, cut green beans, and pomegranate seeds, all on the higher end in terms of the price hikes. But what is a good deal for people? What did you find were good values for people that both want that convenience?
Yes, one of the best values we found was the very low markup on ready-made hamburger patties, and we're getting into barbecue season now across the country. So that's something to think about. Having somebody else make those patties for you, you're only going to be paying a 16% markup, which is really slim. We priced out those patties as being about $5 a pound, and then when you buy the hamburger meat and have to make them yourself, it's about $4.33 a pound. That's not that big a difference. Sometimes you can get them already seasoned, so you save the money on not having to buy extra seasoning. So that was a deal. Another deal is that we found is Brussels sprouts. There's only a 35% markup on those, and for somebody else to take out off those tough outer seeds and lop off that stem end, it may be, it's all ready to go into the pot or the oven for you, so that might be worth your while. And something else, even though it was kind of a bit of a markup, 55% on already cut up pineapple, we thought that was actually something to consider because pineapple is kind of a commitment when you buy a whole one. You may not be able to eat it all up, so it could go bad, wasteful in your refrigerator. And also it requires it's labor intensive and it requires knife skills. So paying that 55% for a healthy fruit that your family can eat may not be so bad.
I love it. This is great advice. As always, Sue, we thank you so very much from ShopSmart magazine. And yeah, we're going to be taking a look. I'm going to think about this next time I'm at the grocery store because sometimes, you know what, time is the savings. Maybe I'll pay a little bit extra sometimes if I know I need to get dinner done.
Yes, I think we all do. Yes.
You have to sort of weigh it out there. Thank you so much, Sue. It's great to talk to you.
Great talking to you.
And of course, you can find this in ShopSmart's latest edition. There you go, all the convenience foods. What's worth it to pay extra for, and what maybe should you just cut yourself or prep yourself instead.